Day 11. What do we have? More fluff. Ooh. A lot of yarn, but it's fluffy. Keep them away from the paint. We have a heart shape and a white pom-pom and a wooden heart. I found this one in my day 10 pouch. If that happened to you, it's supposed to be for day 11. We're making a gnome. This one has braids. So if you look inside your pouch at the bottom, you might find 2 elastics to create the braids. Okay, let's start by painting the heart. So keep all your white stuff away from the paint. Using your big brush, a little bit of water, and red paint. Paint the whole thing red. Now, all the patterns are up to you. You can make the hat green. You can make it blue. It's a gnome. So you get to choose what color hat. What I'm going to do is the pattern that I have in the sample one, which is this plaid. Plaid? Plaid. Paint your wooden heart, all red. Make sure to get your edges as well. And then I will switch to my round brush. A little bit of paint and water on the lid. And I'm going to go ahead and do straight lines. Push down on your brush to get the width of the brush. Watered down black. Keep the distance between the lines the same. And just thin it out as you go. Got fluff everywhere. Take another little drop of paint. Add some water. And this time I'm going to paint the lines, but in little tiny brush strokes going diagonally like this. If this is too hard for the little ones, parents can help by drawing a very thin dotted line and then going over it diagonally. Small brush strokes. Now, use the thicker paint and paint in where those lines overlap. Now, if your lines get too dark, can always go back with red once they're dry and just add a little bit of red to them. Like this. If that is too hard, pick a different pattern. You can do messed up, just paint the other side and start over. Paint the whole thing red and maybe do some green dots. Maybe some gold dots. Do any pattern you like. Once your paint dries, grab your glue gun and right the base or the last line, we're going to put a stripe of glue and grab your yarn. Don't cut it just yet. Glue the end of the yarn to one side and glue the end of the yarn to the other side. Put a drop of glue in the middle and grab the middle of your yarn, fold it and glue it in the middle. Now you have two loops, very long loops. So I'm going to put a drop of glue in the middle of this and grab this loop and glue it right there. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. Drop of glue in the middle. Grab your loop, which is halfway, and glue it to the middle. Okay, now I have 4 little loops. I'm going to put a drop I'm getting tangled. Where am I? Drop of glue in between those and glue that middle loop on this side. Then grab the next loop, put a drop of glue in the middle, take that loop and glue it on this side. And keep going. Drop of glue in between and glue that middle. I'm not burning my fingers because I am putting the yarn in between my finger and the glue. And again, you can ask your parents for help with this to get all that yarn. Now, I have all the yarn glued to my little gnome and a bunch of loops at the bottom. grab your scissors and cut off one loop at a time. Did I get them all? Did get them all. Put it sideways, grab all the yarn together, and cut off any long pieces. Take all the fluff, put it away. Don't worry about these loose ends because we are going to cover it up at the end. Now, take the 3 left strands and the 3 right strands, and you can ask your parents for help if you don't know how to braid, but I will show you one braid at a time. So, separate those 3, take the one to the right, put it on top of the next one, and then take the one to the left, put it on top of that one. Take the one to the right, put it on top, take the one to the left, put it on top, and keep going. When you get to the bottom, take an elastic and tie it. Let's do the other side. Again, we're going to take the 3 strands to the right, separate them, and then take the one to the left, put it on top of the one next to it, take the one on the right, put it on top, and keep going until you get to the end. You have a little bit left, grab the elastic, and wrap it around the edge. 3 loops. 3 loops should be enough. And now we fluff it. Take apart the yarn from the ends and unroll them. See how it's like rolled on top of each other? Just take it apart, one little strand at a time. And we're going to do the same thing to all the ones in the middle. So start at the base and unroll each strand. To keep it neat and tidy, go from left to right or right to left, one strand at a time. Now, remember my pet brush? When you're done, grab a pet brush or a comb or a hairbrush you're allowed to use and put those braids to the side and brush the yarn. Hold down where it's glued so you don't lose a lot of yarn. and just make it nice and fluffy. I'm going to brush the ends of the braids, holding from the elastic. And now I'm going to grab the furry part, furry thread thing, and right at the edge of where we added the yarn, I'm going to put a generous amount of glue to hold it all in place. And go ahead and stick that. You can use the end of a paintbrush to push it in so you don't burn your fingers. Gonna put a little more glue here. Instead of cutting it, I'm just gonna fold it over there. Grab more, place more glue, put it on. And again, you want to push it with a paintbrush, not with your fingers. And instead of cutting it, I'm going to place a little bit more glue and fold it. Push it down with the paintbrush and get that little end. Push it in and glue any loose ends you have left. Like that. And then grab your hearts, put some glue on there, and put the heart upside down in the middle of all that fluff to make the nose. Last thing you want to add is the white pom-pom. Put some glue on the pom-pom and stick it to the top of your hat. Alright. Finish it off with yarn as usual.